y'all ever heard of quiet fighting? It's kind of like quiet quitting. I know you've heard of that. But it's quiet fighting. And it's when two or more people are fighting or arguing really quietly, really politely, but all parties hear it loud and clear without even saying it. Lord have mercy. Hey, y'all. Hold on.
Okay, we're back. Today's video, this is take 2. Today's video is brought to you by Granny's drinking her coffee. And she's ready to chat again. These chats of mine don't usually turn out too well, but anyway, we'll see how this one goes. So, as some of you may know, I've been on vacation. It's just a little mini vacation, and I've been enjoying myself, and I got a lot in so far. And most of that has been a lot of resting, R&R, and just taking care of me. So anyway, you know, when, I don't know if you do it, but when I get by myself, you know, I tend to do a lot of thinking. And in that lot of thinking, in the last, I don't know, little bit, we'll just say in the last little bit. If y'all don't know what a little bit is, that's kind of like describing how long or how far, like a hop, skip, and a jump. I don't know, you just have to know. But anyway, in the last little bit, something has been on my mind, and I could not pinpoint exactly what that something was, but something, I don't want to say was bothering me, but it was something, it had my attention, and I couldn't pinpoint it. You know how when you feel like something's not quite right, it was like that. I don't know, didn't know what it was, but I knew something wasn't quite right. And usually I have this intuition that I just like realize things, like out of the blue. Well, I guess this time I didn't realize it until now. And I have realized what it is. And what it is has to do with questions that were in my mind that, you know how like when you question things, I'm probably making no sense at all right now, but stick with it. When you question things, you're like, But anyway, let's get on with the story. I don't know how it is or how it was with some of you, like when you get a new job and you go through the hiring process and they hire you, and the way it used to be back in the day, which I hadn't had a new job in forever, so I don't know how it is when you get a new job right now. But back in the day, you would get a new job and it was usually the lower paying jobs, I guess. This is when I was much younger and really just starting out, I guess. So you're hired and you have like, sometimes you have a 30-day evaluation. Sometimes you have a 90-day probation period where they didn't have to keep you if they didn't want to. So, hold on. Okay. So, during that 30-day or 90-day period, you would have a discussion or whatnot of how you were doing. And then if there were areas you needed to improve in, that gave you time to improve within that 90 days, and so on. Some of them called it a 30-day vow, some of them called it a 6-week, whatever. I mean, to me it all amounted to the same thing, but I've kept that 90-day principle in my mind since then because I've learned that people can only pretend, usually, most people can only pretend for that 90-day period. And if you pay attention, it's before the 90 days. When you're trying to, say with the job, they were trying to size you up to see if you were a fit for that job. I mean, they know within the 90 days because you can only pretend within 90 days, usually. So anyway, I've kept that throughout life with everything, with people, with things, with whatever it was. So I'll just say this, that within the past 90 days, some things have been on my mind, and I didn't really think back to that 90-day rule because it only dawned on me now. I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but I was sizing things up. Just like the job, I was sizing things up. And then, you know, when things happen, say you got that job and you were doing something that they would like for you to do it just a little bit differently, or more of the way that the company wanted it done instead of the way you wanted it done. Anyway, I've noticed within the 90 days, the past 90 days, that I questioned a few things in my mind, you know, like, and I'm not the best to explain things, but when that 90-day thing hit me, it hit big, because all the things that led up to today, all the things put together, like looking back and remembering the things that I said, to. Anyway, I got it all figured out now. People can only pretend within that 90 days. And ironically enough, it's just past the 90 days. And it was just before the 90 days, probably like within the 60 days, that I started questioning things. And, you know, it just stayed in my mind, that all these questions. But, I don't judge. I'm just like, okay. Until I find out different. And then I find out different. And when you find out different, it's really disappointing. Probably just like that employer is really disappointed that we didn't work out. It's really disappointing because you really want to believe that someone is as they present themselves to be. At least for me, I take people at face value. And a lot of that, I guess, has to do with me not judging. That, let people be who they are. It is what it is. I am what I am. And like I say so many times, I ain't for everybody, y'all. But anyway, when I realized it was so disappointing, and I had to work through that a little bit, it just didn't sit right with my mind. But when it hits you in the face, you gotta believe it. You have to believe it. It's true. Especially when you hear things with your own ears. You know for a fact. And now you know, because of that, why all the other things didn't add up. That's why. Because it was pretending the entire time. Now, I'm not going to say, I will say that I am talking about an event or events that happened in my life in the recent past, but I'm not going to call anything out. It is what it is. Let it be and let it go and let people be people. But I'm just going to say Jesus wouldn't like some of that. Jesus would not like some of that. And then I thought about, have I changed in the past 90 days? I think in the past 90 days that I have changed in a way that when those questions came to my mind, I backed off a little. And I let the questions stay there. And just like the Bible says, you watch and you listen. And that's what I did. I think I changed in that way. But anyway, it's so windy here right now, as the trees are not moving that you're seeing, but they were. It's been windy the past few days. It's been like crazy. But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. The 90-day rule, if you pay attention to that and you wonder why things happen the way they happen, sometimes that's the case. It's the 90-day rule. People pretend with you. I ain't gonna let it hurt my feelings. I can't let it hurt my feelings because it is what it is. People are people. And I think I did want to add, what got me thinking about this is I watched a video one day from It's Me, Angie. And if y'all hadn't checked out her channel, you really should. She has some really good chats on there with her neighbors. And it was a really good chat. And the name of this one is something like, don't quote me, but when hurt people. And that's when it dawned on me. Anyway, I don't know the point of this conversation. I just felt like somebody out there might have needed to hear this. Maybe nobody does. Maybe nobody needs to hear anything on my channel. I have the most boring channel. So anyway, it is what it is. And we're going to let it go. We're going to move on. And we're going to keep going. Just like we always do. Granny's out, y'all. Oh, I will share a little bit. No, I won't. That vacation was for me. Never mind. But maybe I'll share a little bit more of like the past few days. Maybe. Alright, I'm out.
I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, fired up and tired of the way that things have been.